Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you this loose wave unit, and can you guys believe that I did not pluck this at all, and it is giving scalp. If you guys are interested, please continue to watch. So let's get straight into it. Thank you Wiggins here for sponsoring today's video, and I've worked with them in the past, you guys, and their wigs never disappoint. I was super excited to be working with them again, and let's go ahead and get into these specs. I will be wearing this gorgeous wavy textured unit. It does come pre-plucked, which I can truly appreciate, you guys, and it does have the band inside the cap. Now under the cap it does come with 2 combs on each side and also 1 comb at the nape of the neck, but y'all, I just wanted to come and show you guys how it's giving scalp already, and it's not even on my head. So I definitely think this is going to be a great starter type wig. You don't have to do too much. You literally can rock this and go if you wanted to. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I wanted to show you guys with the lace cut. I did use a razor just off camera. I normally just put it on my wig head, and this is how the unit looks on my head with no glue. So it is something you could technically wear glueless, because this is with the band on and no product. Now because I'm bald, I have nothing and no way to really keep my wig on, so typically I do add a little bit of my hairspray, and 1 to 2 layers does just fine for me. So I'm quickly gonna go ahead and get that applied, and y'all, because the lace is so thin, it's not taking me too much to get this wig laid, which I really like. Y'all, one thing about it, when lace is very thin, it just makes the application go smoothly. It really does. And I love the fact that the hair was already plucked. I'm taking a Q-tip and just a little bit of alcohol. I am rubbing my edges just to make sure that, there's no spray or residue around the hairline. You don't have to do that step if you don't want to each his own. But I just wanted a really, really clean look, especially since I'm doing my makeup afterwards. Honestly, you guys, with this unit, you really could just do like a pushback type style like I've done before, which honestly I'm really tempted with this unit because how the lace is laying and just how the wig looks. But for time's sake, I'm just gonna go in. I'm adding just a little bit of baby hair, trying to really not do too much, because I do notice with my units I like to kind of go back and forth with them. Some days I may want to wear a lot of baby hair, some days I just don't, and I feel like this unit is very versatile, and the hair is just so soft, you guys. So I'm just adding just a little bit on the edges really lightly. I'm gonna cut them really short, and I'm probably gonna go in here and there throughout the video and do that. I like to cut as I go, and that just helps me visually see where I'm going with it. Now if you chose, you honestly don't even have to wear any baby hairs with this unit, as I stated before. I'm quickly gonna take my flat iron, and you want your wigs to just lay really nicely. Still take a wax stick, take your hot comb, and run that heat through the hair, so that way you can melt that lace, and that's gonna give you a really nice laid unit. So I take my time when I am adding my wax stick and the heat, because I like to kind of go in section by section. I feel like this method just works best for me, and I notice that I don't have as much like poofiness from the hair rising if I'm going in humidity. Y'all, I stay in Texas, so naturally it's just going to be very humid. So I just feel like this method, it just works better. And now I wanted the unit to lay as flat as possible, so I am kind of parting it out and making sure to section it. And this is where I do take my time. I would say this is like, I feel like every step is like a must, but I think to each his own, because it just depends on where you are in your wig journey, whether you're a beginner or whether you're someone who is familiar with the different types of wigs. And then once you really learn like how you want to style your wigs, I feel like it goes from there. Each unit for me, I feel like is different, but the goal is to get the wig as flat as possible. So I'm just taking my hot comb. I am gonna speed this process up. If you guys have any questions as far as like what I'm using, you can always find that in the description box for sure. I will try to link the flat iron as well as the wax stick, I think, and the hairspray. I'm just taking a little bit more of that hairspray, and I like to apply that on my tabs where my ears are. I just feel like those are like one of the first places that I just find lifting when I do go out, or if I am in heat, or if I'm sweating, whatever it is. I try to make sure that I put enough adhesive in those areas that I just know I'm gonna sweat, or that's just naturally gonna lift. So next I'm just going to take my conditioner bottle. It's very inexpensive. I do use the Suave Coconut. That is my all-time favorite, you guys. I soak my units in it. I deep condition my units, and it just makes the hair so soft. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just shaking my bottle up, going to spritz it. One thing I do love about this hair texture is that it soaks up the water so easily. I don't have to do too much, but number one, it's that the hair is tamed and it doesn't get really, really big and poofy. So I'm quickly going to go ahead and submerge it in water, and then I'm going to go in and add some curling products. I'm taking this Curling Perfection Defining Cream, y'all. I have not used this in so long, and I only have like a smidget of a corner left, you guys. I have been trying to find it, and maybe I haven't been looking hard enough, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get it again, because this curling cream, it works so nicely. And I kind of go in between. The other one that I was using is it's a Tresemme. Tresemme? Yeah, it's Tresemme. And so that's what's kind of replaced it. But I thought I would just go ahead and use my old and faithful. And so I'm just going to take this and soak it through the hair just to make sure I get it from the roots to the ends. Like really moisturizing those ends is going to help any curly or wavy type texture just to stay hydrated. The second curling product is going to be this Tresemme Flawless Curls. I'm going to go in. It's a spritzing spray. And it's more like a spritzing conditioner in a sense. It's kind of thicker, but it still just moisturizes and gives you a lot of hydration. I want to say there's coconut in it, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm just thinking that it is, but I think it is for real. I think there is coconut in it. So I'm just taking that and hydrating the hair, running my hands through it. I love the way the hair looks. You see the sheen on it. It is giving everything. I'm going in with my mousse, and I love to lock in my curly hair. Now this can, if you put too much on your hair, it is going to give you that crispy type look, but I don't mind it because ultimately you can run your hands through it, soften it up if you feel like it's too much, but it just helps the hair from not swelling in this heat. I'm just going to take my hairspray and just spray it on my edges and on my part. And then I'm going to take a little bit of concealer or a foundation. You can take whichever, or even foundation powder or something like that. And I'm going to add that to my part. This just gives me more of a realistic looking part. And this also covers up some of the knots if there's any that are dark. But I did end up going in and bleaching the knots. But I think they came bleached, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just quickly going to take my hot comb and run that through just to make sure I got the hair as flat as possible. And I ended up spraying that hairspray on there, and that gives it just a little bit of stiffness on the edges because I do want my hair to stay in place, and the hair is very, very soft. Y'all, it's giving scalp already. Like, I think it's gorgeous. I'm just adding the finishing touches, fixing my baby hairs, making sure everything is in place. And I like doing this afterwards because it does ensure that my baby hairs are not crunchy. And I really like that look. Like, I really like it. I love when my baby hairs look soft and just, kind of tousled, but put in place. So this is the finished look, you guys. I just wanted to turn around so that way you guys can get a look at how the hair looks from the back. This is the texture. This is with the hair kind of drying out as well, so you can see it's a lot fuller. And this is up close. Do y'all see that lace? I was trying to stand up and show you guys the length without showing too much. And so that is the length. It's giving all of 26 inches, if not 28. Wiggins did not come to play with this unit, you guys. Like, I think she looks amazing. Y'all let me know what you guys think. Definitely be sure to thumbs up and subscribe if y'all have not. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Later.